this is the new Ellis Island, and we are turning people away.
Linda Rivas is an immigration attorney in El Paso, but these days, her job regularly takes her across the border to Juarez, Mexico.
But yeah, it's particularly egregious. I think so.
And lately, her work is pushing her to the limit.
I every day am questioning, how long can we do this? How long can I do this? I don't feel comfortable asking my staff to go to Juarez. And so it was a decision from early on that if we were going to answer the call, it was going to have to be me. And then we were going to have to navigate how we were going to have safety measures in place. If we're going to continue these services, how are we going to have our staff go over and be safe?
In the offices of local immigration organizations in one of Mexico's most dangerous cities, Rivas provides free legal advice to migrants. Most of them are seeking asylum in the United States.
La administración puso un cambio en el asilo, se dice que es ineligible para el asilo. Eso es en contra de las leyes internacionales y de nuestras propias leyes, y se está peleando en corte a un nivel nacional para que no quede esta regla.
On this visit, just blocks away, a man was murdered on a busy street in broad daylight.
It was really shocking to be leaving an office that I feel safe in, a fellow NGO, and we see that there's red tape, and that means that there's a murder.
In recent months, thousands of migrants have been stranded in Juarez, and they are especially vulnerable to the violence there. At local shelters, asylum seekers, like Maria from Honduras, wait. The Washington Post is not revealing her identity because she fears being targeted by gangs.
La gente nos mira y dice, no son de aquí, podemos secuestrarla, podemos llevárnosla, porque ¿quién nos va a reclamar a las personas que no somos de aquí? Peor, si andamos solos como yo, ando sola, nadie va a buscarme, nadie va a preguntar por mí. Y si mi familia allá en Honduras, sí, pero y para comunicarse para acá y que le den respuesta, ¿no?
In the United States, anyone has the right to claim asylum at a port of entry. And in the past, those with a credible fear of returning home could stay in the U.S. until their case was heard. But the Trump administration is limiting how many people can approach the border each day through a practice called metering.
Sometimes they call 30 people daily, 20 people, and just lately, some days they don't call anybody.
Under a recent U.S. policy known as Remain in Mexico, even some of those who do get to approach the border and claim asylum are forced to return to Juarez and wait in shelters until their day in court.
So this is people who have reached our soil, who are legally allowed to claim asylum, then being forced back into Mexico to wait for a court date that could take several months or a year in conditions that subject them to homelessness, that subject them to kidnapping, rape, frankly, murder.
This phenomenon has been changing a lot during these months. We still don't have the resources to cope locally with this situation. It's a growing number of people coming every day. We have up to almost 300 people being returned daily in Juárez.
Fui a mi primera cita y el juez me dijo de que necesitaba llevar un abogado para mi próxima cita. Todavía no he encontrado un abogado. Para encontrar un abogado de oficio es bien difícil porque todos los abogados de oficio ya tienen muchos casos y están muy saturados. Entonces, solo encontré abogados que requieren de pagarse y cobran $3,000, $5,000 y no tengo ese dinero para pagárselo porque si yo...
Rivas provides all the help she can, but the need continues to grow.
Okay, usted es de Venezuela. Okay.
Sometimes we find ourselves doing kind of side know your rights presentations because we'll find a group of people. You could tell there's just confusion. We try and take down all their information so that we come back for intakes, but the reality is we have a waiting list of about 200 people right now.
With more people sent back each day, local shelters are unable to provide space for everyone.
Que hay personas que también están afuera que necesitan espacio y nosotros tenemos que irnos. Como ya tengo 3 meses de estar aquí en este albergue, hoy hablaron con nosotros. El sacerdote dijo que no podíamos estar aquí más de 3 meses. Si pensamos acudir a todas nuestras citas, tenemos que buscar trabajo y buscar a dónde rentar.
As much as the shelters have tried to mitigate these issues, the reality is no one has the capacity or the resources to house this many people.
Rivas can only stay in Juarez for a limited amount of time. It's too risky to be here after dark, but she worries about all the people she has to leave behind.
We've never dealt with this level of danger that we've had people in. This is the real deal. This is not just a group of advocates or activists saying it's dangerous. It is literally dangerous. People's lives are at risk.